Songwriters, artists, singers, I've been checking out the AI situation in the music world. I've got my spreadsheet that I've been adding all of my apps to that are being researched by my students. I've had about 40 plus research reports come in. I want to give some general observations. I had to let my dog outside, so I'm going to say things as I think of it. It seems like most of the AI apps are not for pro-level musicians. There are precious few that are plugins for a DAW, a pro-level DAW, digital audio workstation. So it seems like a lot of what is being touted as AI music tools is just for like hobbyist or novelty music creation. I have yet to find one that does MIDI output that is anything good. There are several that say that they will create MIDI files, several that say they will suggest chord progressions or lyrics. From what my own eyes have seen, none of them are as good as what a professional trained musician would do at this time. We will see how it is in 3 months or 6 months, but I don't think people who have mastery over the craft of music creation and composition have anything to worry about right now in terms of an AI competing for, like high-level work. Regarding the voice swap technology that's available right now, everything that produces a believable vocal needs an actual vocal performance that to be superimposed onto. So you actually still need a live singer who can sing to record a vocal that would then later be replaced by an AI. Otherwise, it's very robotic if it is truly just coming from the AI. The apps that take a human voice performance and superimpose an instrument on the top of it, where you could like sing in jug, 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 and get guitars or whatever. The comforting thing for the instrumentalists is that not every person who is a producer or music creator can come up with instrumental parts that are idiomatic to your instrument. So they may not be able to think like a guitar player or a drummer or a violinist. And so even if they can record something with their voice and then later put your instrument sound over the top of it, it's still, they may not be able to think like you do as someone who has mastery over that instrument. I think a lot of the things that are standalone apps right now will eventually be integrated into DAW or other main apps where we can access several things from one place. I don't see anything out there that suggests that it won't be necessary to still understand music and craft in order to be able to do pro-level work. I think the AI may be a tool that would speed up the creative process, but I think the people that are running the AI for high-level, good-paying work will need to know the craft of music. You can't take somebody who's completely uneducated in it and just have them push some buttons and make an AI create something that's a masterpiece that would be useful to a client who would be paying money. One unfortunate possibility would be if a high-level company doesn't want to pay a composer for their intellectual property, their composition, and so they may have AI generate a first draft of something and hire a knowledgeable composer to simply edit what the AI created, and that way it is not the composer's intellectual property, it is AI generated, and so the composer who's editing is only paid as a contract labor, and they're not being paid the same as if it was their own composition to start with. I don't know how close we are for AI to be able to do that, but I do see companies looking for any way to avoid paying for music that they can, and this is just one way I can think of. But right now the tools exist for anyone to take one of your songs that you sang, upload it, strip your vocal out, take your vocal stem that they've stripped out and upload it to a different thing to train an AI of your voice. It's possible. You don't even need a naked vocal stem to start with. You can just strip it out of a full stereo mix. But again, if somebody's going to generate an AI of your voice, right now, for it to not sound completely robotic, there has to be an existing vocal performance that was recorded first for the AI trained voice to be superimposed onto. Otherwise, it's not going to sound good. Most of the AI things are monthly licenses if they're paid. A lot of them, if they're free right now and they seem too good to be free, they probably won't be free indefinitely. A lot of them that are pricey may have to bring their price down once more competitive things are released, but it could become a real stacked up expense monthly for pro musicians, where you're now expected to have monthly subscriptions to all these AI apps like you do for your DAW, and it just depends on if everybody else is doing it, you need to too.